Hey, you guys, this is Miss Evans, and we are going to start reading Act 3. Well, together, we're going to start reading Act 3. I'm sure some of you have already read ahead, and if you have, good for you. But there are some things that I want to make sure that you guys note in your annotations, hence the reason why I am doing this recording, since I cannot be physically there with you. So please pause this video and make sure that you get your annotation tools, your sticky notes, pen or pencil, and of course your Crucible book. I'll wait. All right, welcome back. So like I said, we're going to begin on Act 3. So I'm sure you can find it, page 77 or page 83, depending on which book you have. Now, remember, we always talk about how the stage directions are important to read and to annotate as well. I'm not going to have you annotate anything. You can feel free to annotate on your own, but we are going to read them because, remember, this recording cuts out a lot of parts, and I want to make sure we don't miss anything important. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The vestry room of the Salem Meeting House, now serving as the anteroom of the General Court. Now, if you just finished vocab list number 6, you should know what an anteroom is, or at least where it's located in the General Court. Anteroom. Moving on. As the curtain rises, the room is empty, but for sunlight pouring through 2 high windows in the back wall. The room is solemn, even forbidding. Heavy beams jut out. Boards of random widths make up the walls. At the right are 2 doors leading into the meeting house proper, where the court is being held. At the left, another door leads outside. There was a plain bench at the left and another at the right. In the center, a rather long meeting table with stools and a considerable armchair snugged up to it. Through the partitioning wall at the right, we hear a prosecutor's voice, Judge Hathorne's, asking a question. Then a woman's voice, Martha Corey's, replying. Now, I'm going to have to read this part. I'm so sorry because this part is not on the recording. Hathorne's voice. Now, Martha Corey, there is abundant evidence in our hands to show that you have given yourself to the reading of fortunes. Do you deny it? Martha Corey's voice. I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is. Hathorne's voice. How do you know, then, that you are not a witch? Martha Corey's voice. If I were, I would know it. Hathorne's voice. Why do you hurt these children? Martha Corey's voice. I do not hurt them. I scorn it. Giles's voice. Remember, that's Martha Corey's husband. Roaring. I have evidence for the court. And there's voices of town people rise in excitement. Okay, so we're going to start the recording here. I think, actually, no, they skipped this part. Danforth's voice. You will keep your seat. Giles's voice. Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land. Danforth's voice. Remove that man, Marshal. Giles's voice. You're hearing lies, lies. A roaring goes up from the people. Hathorne's voice. Arrest him, Excellency. Giles's voice. I have evidence. Why will you not hear my evidence? The door opens and Giles is half carried into the vestry room by Herrick. Hands off, aren't you? Let me go. Herrick. Giles, Giles. Out of my way, Herrick. I bring evidence. You cannot go in there, Giles. It's a court. Enter Hale from the court. Pray be calm a moment. Giles. You, Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I speak. A moment, sir, a moment. Okay, now I'm going to play the recording. I don't have to hear my voice anymore. Enter Deputy Governor Danforth, and behind him, Ezekiel Cheever in Paris. On his appearance, silence falls. Danforth is a grave man in his 60s, of some humor and sophistication that does not, however, interfere with an exact loyalty to his position and his cause. He comes down to Giles, who awaits his wrath. Okay, let's pause right here. I want you to make a note right in this portion right here, the part where Danforth says, and do you know that near to 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn? Those are other towns other than Salem. And upon my signature, and he also says, and 72 condemned to hang by that signature. On your sticky note, I want you to write down what does this show about the type of judge Judge Danforth is? Okay, based on those two quotes right there, what does this show about the type of judge he is? And what do you think, or how do you think he's going to judge the evidence that Giles and Francis are bringing in at this moment? So go ahead and pause this video and write your annotation, and then we will continue. I'll wait. Okay, welcome back. So let's continue. Enter Giles Corey from left. All turn to see as he beckons in Mary Warren with Proctor. Mary is keeping her eyes to the ground. Proctor has her elbow as though she were near collapse. This girl is scared to death, and she should be. Paris, I'm seeing her in shock. Okay, let's stop right here. I just want you to think about this. You can write it down if you want. Why does Paris keep interrupting? What is it do you think he doesn't want to be said in this courtroom? Think about Act 1, what Paris has been trying to do since the beginning, okay? Why does he want to prevent Mary from saying what he thinks she might be there to say? Okay, I'm going to stop it again. That is a very important note. I want you to get your sticky note. Notice what Danforth said. He said that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children. On your sticky note, I want you to write down or answer this question. How much power then do these girls have for him to make a statement like that? And how much more important is what Mary Warren is going to say going to be if they think that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children? Go ahead and pause this video to write your thoughts on your sticky note. I'll wait. All right, welcome back. Let's continue. Notice how the stage directions say with the faintest faltering. Why might he be faltering at this question? Perhaps there's another reason why he's there. Okay, here's another place to stop and put your sticky note. What type of literary device was just made by Paris when he said, I think not, or you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the Bible story, this is the one that's found in Genesis, where Cain killed his own brother, Abel. What type of literary device? We talked about this the other day. Is it irony or is it an illusion? Which one is it? Make sure you note it on your sticky note. All right, go ahead and pause to do that. I'll wait. All right, welcome back. Here we go. Danforth considers, then beckons Hathorne to him. Hathorne leans in and speaks in his ear. Hathorne nods. Okay, this is huge, you guys. So, on your sticky note, well, first I want you to remember who in Act 2 was found to be pregnant and what happened when the court found out that she was pregnant. Okay, remember it was Goody Good, and remember they said that they would not hang her because they can't kill an innocent baby. So, what does that mean for Elizabeth Proctor if she says she's pregnant? So that's one thing to note. The other thing is what Proctor says in response. He said, my wife will never lie. I'm just going to leave that right there. A little foreshadowing. Okay, that concludes this session.